We've tried to be thoughtful about how we talk about AI transformation. I don't hear a lot of people talking about org redesign, but all organizations or systems are designed around their constraints. And if you are actually transformed with Gen AI, it's radically changes your constraints, and your constraints become legal. Like, oh, it's actually the cost, the time it takes, not necessarily man hours, but the throughput time it takes to get a contract through is approaching the time it takes to build new features. So you have to be smart about how you change. And it takes a lot of rethinking because we're all designed to work in these kind of 2010s style process flows. And that's not the way you get the best outcomes with these new tools. I think now and for our working lives, the ability to manage large amounts of labor has been the main competitive advantage in operations, right? I mean, the thing about these huge companies, right? What are the advantages? Well, they can organize large amounts of labor in a stable fashion. They have scale for whatever delivery or work you're doing. They have procurement advantages, and they have already built a lot of software that is useful. And those were real moats, but I think they're becoming less real, right? So between advancing software tools and autonomy, the advantage of having large groups of employees actually becomes a liability. And you see this in earnings statements that you see around, right? I think scale is very important still for delivery density and procurement and all that stuff. But when you look at having built a lot of software, as software gets easier to build, having built a lot of it is less advantageous because someone else can build more of it. And it may actually be a liability because you probably have a fantastic amount of tech debt that you don't know how to fix, right? And you probably have a lot of people around who feel very precious about what they built. And they may be dismissive of someone who wants to just trash it all and start again, right? And so I think that's where the advantage of incumbency are changing. So what you really have to do is be like genuinely willing to operate in a new way.